I'm Thomas Bairl, the Product Line Manager for News, responsible for the news solution at Dalet. And I want to spend with you 10-12 minutes to give you an update on a couple of points, what we do new at this NAB 2017 in our news solution. And also, I brought 2 videos so that you not only see my presentations, and I have a little rest. So first, I want to remind you what we mean by unified news operation. We mean by unified news operation how we give the message for our news solution, the fact that on the one hand we have NRCS newsroom tools inside the solution, that is script writing, rundown management, planning, assignment desk, wires, agencies, and so forth, as well as news production tools. So we have video editing, audio editing, as well as the corresponding Ingest tools. And all of this is wrapped around one centralized content catalog. So organized around this centralized content catalog with the help of these tools, we are able to play out and distribute to any kind of outlet. What is in the offer? What's inside the bag? So we see it is a range of software modules, quite a lot, that help you doing all the necessary steps across the workflow. And then there are also 2 hardware devices. So on the left hand here we see our Ingest tools indicated. Here we see our newsroom tools that I was just mentioning before. This is Dalet OneCut, our multimedia editor for video as well as for audio. This is Dalet Cube, our own graphic solution, where I later will say a couple of extra words to it. And this is our news playout called On Air. And here you see our video server, Dalet Brio, that can be used for ingest, playout, and contribution. In the lower left corner, we see our annotation tool. Here you see our cross-device clients for mobile, tablet, web, Windows PC. And that here is one of our plugins in the range of plugins where we integrate with NLEs called Extend. This sample shows the integration with Adobe Premiere, which is pretty enhanced. So in later presentations, there will be more details about this. And here we see the tool set for multi-platform distribution. There are also other tools, but that's just a wrap-up of what's inside the bag. Now, enough words already, and I take a little rest because we look at a customer testimony video. This is from Georgia Public Broadcast. It is a US public member station, and they started using Dalet NewsPack. This is a templated small solution that we have. And customers can start with this, and then when they use more components of Dalet, they can enhance it and scale it up as the needs during the project. So let's go for the video, please.
For Georgia Public Broadcasting, we operate in a fairly dynamic production environment. One of the most valuable things we have as an organization are the assets and the content that we create. By utilizing a system like Dalet for us means that we're able to control that content to a greater degree. We're able to decide ahead of time what we want to do with it in its end form, and we're also able to identify the different forms that we need to have it in at the completion of the project.
Each script that you create in Dalet, you can associate a video to that title. You can associate audio to it. You can associate lower thirds and chyrons, but it's basically just creating a rundown so that you can see everything that you're going to do in your show and organize it. We use a plugin called Dalet Extend within Premiere that sends the clip into Dalet, and you can open up those video elements and review them. I can review it directly from my computer. It really helps to make the process a lot simpler because everything is all in one place.
Another workflow that we use within Dalet Galaxy is the delivery of content to PBS Cove that will then upload that MP4 low-res file of the show along with the captions to the PBS Cove platform for accessibility on our website.
It's important that the demands that you place on the system can be just as versatile in the future as the demands that would be placed on you.
Thank you. So now let's really look into what's new. We picked those 5 topics: social media, orchestration in news, something very interesting and unique that we bring and launch this year, graphics, Story-Centric in a sneak preview at Discovery, and finally news reports. So social media, ever so important, of course. I show here the new tools. We have implemented a social media publishing at the core of our newsroom solution. It's not just a simple push and then forget. Instead, we make what everybody expects from us, of course, an effort to collect all the likes and the retweets, all the tallies, what we call it, and make this information available to the editorial teams and in our business reports. So let's have a look at the tools. Lower right corner here, this thing, you see our templated social media sections that can be organized around a central story. I will later say a little bit more about the central story concept. This allows the users to break news faster by one-click publishing directly to social media outlets. On the upper left here, we see the social media pane, as we call it, which allows to monitor your post activity. Then, as I was just mentioning, we collect back the tallies from the posts, likes, retweets, shares, and so forth, and we cumulate these into popularity fields. And this data is then, used to make better decisions. And there's a dedicated view mode, this one up here, where we focus on displaying popularity as well as other important social media publishing metadata, like scheduled posts or failed postings and stuff like that. These new tools, they are starting to get a lot of traction with our most recent customers. They give us back specific feedback on this, and we channel this feedback and implement it actually as we go on with these tools. And of course, everything you can see at the demo pod next week. So now let's go on. Next point, really unique, is orchestration in news. The ability to use an orchestration engine under the hood inside news. And I show it with 2 samples. First of all, there are complex but repetitive tasks of assembling and transcoding and packaging specific assets according to the requirements or constraints of certain outlets. And this we can smartly orchestrate in BPM workflows. And this unique approach streamlines the whole process and provides monitoring and supervision capabilities. It becomes easy to add more outlets over the time. So here's my first sample with Facebook publishing. There at the upper left side, you see again a variation of the social media pane that I was mentioning before. And for the user, it's pretty simple. He has a button, share on Facebook. He drags in his video, writes his text, and he presses the button, and that's it. But under the hood, there is this orchestration engine that performs all needed tasks for whatever social media publishing is needed. So, for example, the video dragged does not have the necessary format that Facebook requires. So that is automatically checked, generated, and then the post is posted when it's ready. And you can see here at the bottom our process monitor, where someone who is interested can follow up these operations. This system, instead of hard coding all the time the different social media integrations, allows us to add new tailored outlets at marginal costs. Alrighty, let's move on. This button, come on. Be nice. Okay, that's the other sample that I wanted to bring to your attention. This is the orchestration of complex processes with BPM inside news. This is a real customer sample. It is from Euronews. This is a multi-language 24-hour news channel in France. And they handle 13 different languages. And one of their requirements, among others, that they cope with our orchestration engine under the hood is the need in the night to run multiplex videos that have the different, it's the same video with 13 different languages in audio tracks on them and with 13 different graphics. And we use the workflow management capability of preparing and following up the entire process so that this is a smooth, streamlined operation. So the upper workflow shows the overall workflow configuration, and the lower one is a zoom in on one of those language adaptions. So that's another sample of orchestration. Always these workflows are a mix of some human editorial tasks and a bunch of automated background tasks. Maybe the battery on this one is a little bit low. Okay, now let's have a short glance at our advanced graphics integration with Cube, our own graphics engine. But before I explain about Cube, come on now. I want to wrap up what we do in general with graphics. We have in the Galaxy News solution a range of powerful integrations with leading CG and graphics providers. But different to the competition, we do not stop at MOS only. We sit at the table with the customer and look at the options. Shall we implement a MOS protocol or the native protocol that the graphic engines also provide? And the latter, these native protocols, many times they offer advanced graphics function that with MOS only would be cut off from the user. And so we decide many times to add also the native protocols, so to give the benefit to the projects. Samples are CG on the timeline or contextual flexi templates that are generated during layout on the fly, depending on contextual metadata, stuff like that. Now let's have a look at our own graphic solution called Cube. Our own graphic solution, Cube, is natively integrated into the Galaxy News solution, allowing virtual CGs on the timeline, protecting clean feed layout. There is a tweet to CG function that you can see at the demo booth, demo pods. There's also these conceptual templates that are very interesting that I was mentioning, and a range of other interesting features. There's a smart ticker solution, so when you go to the booth, you can learn in depth about its capabilities, and I wanted to bring it to your attention here. So the next topic I want to talk about, and then we're soon done anyway already, and we see another video, is Story-Centric. I want to explain our concept here and a sneak preview into discovery. The Galaxy News system is based around a story-centric concept. That means any kind of event can be triggered to have a new editorial story, of course. It's a simple drag and drop operation. And then all the users who work in the assignment desk and all people who are assigned a job from this central story, they can contribute adding research material, PDFs, ingested videos, archive search results into that central story so that it gets enriched with a lot of information. And this information is can always be looked up by everybody who is working on this central story. And then most importantly, of course, from the central story, I can create or trigger the creation of any kind of outlet production. So I can say we quickly need a Facebook post here, we quickly need to put something on Twitter, we have to make a video voice, a television voiceover, a television package. In radio, we want to have a radio interview. We need an online article on this one. We need to promote our online article. There's an update on the story, so we make updates in social media. We put out another package because there's a new development. When there are really new angles, like in this story, plane in the river, and then all of a sudden rumor comes up that perhaps the pilot was drunk, we have the ability to create new angles of a central story, again with all of this activity, and everything stays at any time connected to the central story, so all the research material that was added and that is continuously being grown can be looked up from all these points. Later in the video, that will be shown a little bit nicer than I explain it here. Okay. And now I want to give you a sneak preview into a new module that we do that is called Program and Discovery Board. It's not yet released, but in a simplified version, it can be seen at the demo pod. And what is this doing? This Program and Discovery Board is a tool for the planning or assignment desk people, but for any user in the system. We see here our planning tool, and then there's one story selected, and from it, the Program and Discovery Board up here. You can see it has been opened. So I make it a little bit bigger. Yes, okay. We can see here for one selected central story, all scheduled or published scripts across all connected outlets. So if you have, for example, online, Facebook, YouTube, 2 or 3 TV channels, a radio channel, whatever you connected that you want to put out your scripts, you can see here an overview, and these various elements here, they show you in which rundown or feed they are sitting, and you see their editorial status and whether they have been broadcast or not. So it's an overview across all these outlets. And then, so that's one component, and the other one is the discovery component that you see, come on, that you see here. This program board automatically makes an effort to understand the selected central story. In this case, it's something about wombats, but you know, in the sample before it was a plane doing an emergency landing in a river, and it tries to find, is there any asset in the Dalet content catalog that may fit to this story, and then it suggests those findings here. So I give us a sample with, if another journalist is writing about another angle of the news story that I am currently working on, the discovery board can find this, even though this journalist is maybe sitting in another, you know, region or something. Because if the tags that have been used match up between my story and this material, the discovery board finds it. The same if videos are ingested and they're tagged by the team, by the Ingest team, they appear here automatically. And we want to make a big effort in exploiting very smart mechanisms of understanding most frequently used words in descriptions and texts to make very smart suggestions in the discovery pane. And then the people with drag and drop will be able to attach it to the central story if the discovery board presented something interesting. So, as I say, not yet released, but you can see a simplified version at the demo pod. So, last thing we look at are the news reports. Oh, there's some animation, okay. So we now provide, as part of the Galaxy News solution, a report center. It pulls data from all these dimensions, from users and teams, from audience feedback, from systems operations, from media usage, script usage. It consistently pulls this data from all these sources available in Galaxy, and the results appear in configurable reports. And these reports help you analyze your business and from across a mashup of all of those dimensions in order to help making more informed decisions. So that's my quick update. Let's enjoy a short video as a closer of the news topic that shows the product in real with the focus on social media activities, and I think it also shows some new functions of our mobile app called Dalet on the Go. And don't forget to go to our booth and look at the stuff when you are having time for it. Okay, let's roll this video.
Dalet Galaxy's social media preparation and publishing enables users to break news faster than ever. See what is being published online and compare how viewers respond to social media posts. Let us see how it works. The assignment desk has been monitoring Twitter and received an alert that a whale has been beached off the coast of Mexico. The news channel has a reporter on location where the whale is beached. Using the Dalet on the Go mobile app on an Apple or Android phone or tablet, the reporter takes a picture, then uploads it to Dalet Galaxy News System here in New York. The journalist can also take a video or record an audio clip and send it as well. Also using Dalet on the Go, the journalist types a quick story related to the image, which can be used for the first social media post. The journalist can change the status of the story to submit so the editor knows that the story is ready to be reviewed. Back at the news station, the producer gets notified when new content comes in for review in the ticker window. Let's take a look at the script. I want to post this to Facebook, so let's copy the text to the Facebook tab below. I can drag the photo in as well. Looks good. I'm going to approve the story for social media publication to confirm that the sources have been checked and that this is not fake news. Let's click Share on Facebook. Each user of Dalet can specify which accounts to send content to for Twitter, Facebook, Google, and soon Instagram, allowing users to post to multiple personal and corporate social media accounts. I also want to post this story to Twitter. I found a different picture of the whale from a local news agency's website, so instead of sending content from Dalet, I will just copy the URL link to the image and paste it here. Let's post this to Twitter. On the social media pane in the compact mode, I can see what has been posted to the various social media accounts. If someone on Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube likes the content or comments on it, I can see that as well. As I can see over here, a Facebook user has asked, "Why has the whale been beached?" These comments help the journalist ask the right questions. In the overview mode, I can compare what has been posted to the various social media accounts and see the popularity on this bar. I just got a notification on top that a video has come in of a marine biologist talking about the whale. Let us open the video with Dalet OneCut to edit it. When we are finished, let's render the video. Looks good, and with a click of a button, I can post this to YouTube. In the video, the marine biologist said that the whale could have been poisoned. Let's do an update of the Facebook story, including this video, by adding a new tab for update. Let's add some more text and post this. Let us see what that looks like by clicking on the story in the social media pane.
And my specialty are whale and dolphins. We are in Progreso, Yucatan, in Mexico.
With Dalet Unified News Operations, news organizations can harvest the information coming from social media. From there, plan an original story and collect research for that story. The story develops from a social media post to a package for television, a radio interview, a post to the company website, and throughout the day, users promote the story and its updates constantly on social media. By seeing the popularity of a story on social media, newsrooms can decide if the story is newsworthy, and the comments enable journalists to ask the questions that viewers want to know. Dalet Unified News Operations, qualifying news and keeping viewers informed throughout the development of a story on television, radio, the web, and social media.
Excellent. So there's a last slide I have, which is like a wrap-up Why Galaxy News is a unique proposition, and then we're done with the news part. So, unified operations. We have NRCS, newsroom functionality, as well as news production, playout, distribution, all in one platform. Next, please. We have something new, a orchestration engine under the hood that allows us one-click social publishing, no matter if there's a very complex activity behind the scenes, multi-platform packaging and reporting. Next, please. We have in the core of our solution across all components, collaborative means, good collaboration, across teams and locations all the way to the field. We have an agile solution that allows to continuously adapt for new challenges as they come in your projects. And last but not least, we have a mature, robust, redundant platform to ensure on-time delivery of the projects. All right, so now we turn to media asset management and my colleague, Mathieu Fasani. Thank you for your attention.